Okay guys, I'm just going to show you a little bit of a difference between a so-called high performance portable and my CleanWorks Monster that I had hand built to my own specifications. This is a Mytee machine with two 3-stage vacuum motors in parallel. Has a heater. Doesn't do you any good because the heater is wired to one of the vacuum motors. Here's my biggest problem with these manufacturers. These vacuum motors are inserted into their own little manifold. Each one has their own little hose coming off of that, and they connect to the bottom of the waste tank. Here you have potential for a lot of air loss in these hoses, a lot of turbulence. These are all compressed in. Not the best way to go as far as I'm concerned. The icing on the cake is having a heater wired with a vacuum motor. These vacuum motors should probably take somewhere between 12 and 13 amps a piece, maybe a little bit more. The heater, to be effective, you want it to be somewhere around 1850 watts. There's no way in the world, even on a 20 amp circuit, that you're going to consistently run a powerful 3-stage vacuum motor and a heater at the same time. So waste of space. On this particular machine, I'm probably going to rewire that heater to its own separate power cord. We'll put a little pigtail coming off the machine, and when we have the ability to run a third power cord, we'll have our separate heater. This isn't a bad machine, just awkward to work on. One of the problems with this, when you want to open it up, you have to reach inside, disconnect the vacuum hoses before you can lay it down on a bucket so you can work on it. So here's my machine, a lot bigger of course, about 24 gallons each side. You know, we get probably a true 20 gallons out of it without overfilling the machine or having it slop around too much. We recover probably about 18 to 20 gallons before our shutoff valve will go. We'll pour on average 4 5-gallon buckets in here. I can pour 5 5-gallon buckets and still have a little bit of room left over. Spurlington was asking about the manifold. This is the manifold here. Our vacuum motors are flush mounted to it. The manifold is just a box, but an inch tall, welded right to the bottom of the waste tank, as you can see. Both vacuum motors are flush mounted to it. There are no hoses, there is no air loss whatsoever. So we get whatever the performance that the vacuum motors are capable of, we get that going into our waste tank. The manifold, each one of these motors is a 1 7/8 inch opening. In the center of the manifold, you can't see it from here, there's a 2-inch welded aluminum standpipe, comes up into the recovery tank, and we have a standard curved over connection with a 2-inch ball valve shutoff filter. Here's our 500 joule capacitor, 500 psi pump, PumpTech pump. Initially I had some issues with them. Actually I found out later on the issues weren't so much with the pump, they were with the unloader valve. Doing regular maintenance and greasing of the unloader valve, replacing O-rings every once in a while. This pump now is over 2 years old and still going strong. No real issues with it. So that's basically it. If any manufacturer wants to copy my ideas, go for it. I'm always looking for a more powerful machine that I don't have to build myself. And it'd be nice if I had maybe a slightly smaller one than this one. So knock yourself out. We'll see if you don't. I'll probably build another one this summer, maybe a little bit smaller. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again. Oh yeah, there's my shop. Bit of a mess. That's the way it goes.